So today we are going to learn about SVN. SVN stands for subversion. So SVN is a centralized version control system, unlike that of Git, because Git is a distributed version control system. So when a developer works on a project, then he saves his projects on the SVN server, and finally that get deployed into the web server. But with the changing needs, suppose I told the developer that see we need some changes into the software or the web application, then what the developer will do is the developer will pull the source files from the SVN server. Okay, after he make the changes, he will again import those back to the SVN server. So each time the user commits a change, the SVN server records it and create a new version of that project. So what's the benefit? Because the developer has the most recent copy on which he is working. But suppose he requires the older version of the project, so he can retrieve from the SVN server. And what's about the web server? It pulls the latest version available from the SVN. So you can see here, when the local computer has a working copy on which the developer is working, once he executes a commit, so the updated files goes to the subversion repository or SVN repository. So this SVN repository keeps all the versions of the project, and the latest version is sent to the web server, okay, and it is deployed. So this is what the role of the SVN server is. Let's go a little bit in deep to understand the concepts. So basically SVN has two elements. One is the SVN server, which keeps all versions of the source files. So this is a repository in which it saves, and the working copy or the local copy is on the client, right? Now whenever I make changes and commit, it will be stored on the SVN. Whenever it is required, I will pull it back. Okay, so this is the thing. Is the SVN server, whenever you make any commit, then changes are saved to the SVN server, and the developer PC, it always contains the working copy. Okay, and he makes changes on those files, and when he finishes, he commits and store it to the SVN server. So today we are going to install SVN server on CentOS 7. So let's open the command prompt. So to make things easy, I have already write down the steps in a notepad. So let's copy the first command. So this command is used to download and install the SVN package. So it is installed now. Okay, so this is the package. Okay, next is to modify a configuration file. So let's open this configuration file under /etc. So press I to insert mode. Actually we have to add few lines which already I have in this notepad. So let's copy, paste it over here. This basically says that what will be the location of the repository. So generally under Apache web server where www is already present, so we are going to create a SVN folder under that, so which we are going to do in the next step. So just we are specifying here that this will be our SVN repository, and the authentication mechanism we are defining here. So basically it is, we are defining the location. So save it. Okay, so after exiting from the VI editor, let's create an account which will allow us to log into the SVN server. So let's create using this. You can give any name. I have given Om. So now it will ask to set a password. So I'm giving admin123. Okay, so this is fine. Now the password for the Om user is set. Now as we have mentioned here, the SVN folder under www, now we are going to create. So we have created this. After that we'll change the directory to this location. Okay, fine, it's done now. Next, let's create a repository folder repo under this SVN only. So this is the command to create a repository under the SVN. Now this command gives the ownership to the Apache user on the repo folder. Okay, this is a chown command. Okay, so next, this is about SE Linux context we are allowing, otherwise it will not allow the SVN services to access these folders. So as well as will allow read write operation. Okay, now about the firewalls. Okay, so first of all let's check that the firewall is running or not. So yes, the firewall is running. Yes, it's running. So let's add these protocols like HTTP, and we are going to allow HTTP and HTTPS because we are going to use these protocols during access of the SVN server. So let's allow. Now let's reload the firewall rules. Now it's time to start the services. So HTTPD service will start. Okay, now we'll enable the service so that whenever you will start, this HTTPD service will start automatically. Okay, so this service also started. Now let's check what is the IP address of this system is. Okay, this IP address is 192.168.137.135. So let's open a browser and type this IP address. Okay, and after that actually we have to give the path of the repository, that is /svn/repo, because by default the IP address will locate to /www. Now after giving the username and password, we can check. We have given the Om user and password. This is, the repository is blank now because I don't have anything in the repository folder. So now we'll be creating some content here. So now another thing we'll be doing, will be restricting anonymous access to this SVN server to make it secure. So I have gone to a configuration file, now inserting 2 lines. Okay, I have them on my notepad. So this is anonymous access none, means the anonymous user cannot access it, and authorization will be given to only the database users, which we are going to define. So now we have saved it. So Now we'll create a local folder which will map to the repository. So we have gone into the MNT folder. You can go to any folder location on the local system, and I have created a folder named Yong Linux and entered inside it. Okay. Now we are going to create few files inside this folder, like index.html, default, PHP, and data. Just as a sample. Now see, these files are here. Now the next command is to import these files to the SVN server. So you are importing on the name of YL SVN repo. You are importing the content of MNT Yong Linux folder, okay, which we have recently created, containing these files, to this location on the SVN server repository. Okay. Now when I'll enter this, okay, I have committed. This is the commit I was talking about in the beginning. So once I commit, it will be stored. Now let's check. See, this is there. So I can check in the repository it is there. So these files also must be there. So I'll go to and check. Yes, these files are there, right? So that's it. We have configured the SVN server. Thank you.